Hi, this is David Marsh with Emini tradingstrategies.com. Today is Wednesday, November 10th, but in this video we're going to go over Tuesday, November 9th trades as well as today's trades as well. I did not have time to do a blog yesterday or a video, so I want to catch up today. Now, Tuesday was not a bad day. We had some students that had a one and done. Some of us had to take a loser, recover. And let me go ahead and show you here. We started off with a nice EET, and this was the trade I wanted to get in. I simply was not filled. Some of my students were filled, some were not. Ended up going straight down. They made their one and done trade, and that was it. You'll see also there's a long EET trade as well. I avoided this trade because my long-term filter was close to going short, so I used a little discretion there. Technically, the long-term filter has to be short. Okay, but it was so close on my chart that it was almost obvious that it was going to go short unless the market bounced up. I simply avoided the EET and ended up being in my favor because sure enough it was a loser and the long-term filter went short, so I wouldn't have taken that trade anyways. Okay, then you'll see over here this EET is not valid as the NSE at a no zone was a high probability trade. So let me pause and get that chart up for you. Okay, we're back. Here is the high probability trade. So we avoided that EET and instead we took the NSE coming out of no zone, right? We're in no zone. First NSE, high probability trade, turned right against us. And the rules told us to simply flatten out. We did not reverse, and we took a 3-tick loss. And on the other chart that I just showed up, there was an EET winner. Well, let me pause and pull that chart back up. Okay, here we go. Here is this trade number 2. I'm kind of going back and forth because I had to take some screenshots so I could show you. So here was our second trade. This was the EET we avoided. This was a short trade. We avoided it because the NSE on the slower tick chart was a high probability trade. Now this would have been a winning trade, but that's besides the point. We follow the rules. Instead, we grab this EET, grab 4 ticks off of that, and then now let's move on. Let me pause one more time. Okay, now we went into no zone again. We had one on that EET. We only took 4 ticks off of it, and sure enough, we come out of no zone again. And first NSE out of no zone, losing trade. You know, there's going to be times you're going to see a lot of no zone trades be winners. And in fact, we caught some on Tuesday as well, but we had 2 in a row coming out of no zone that were losing trades. And what's important to remember here is that it's going to happen. They're high probability setups, but they lose. And then sometimes they win very, very consistently. Okay, so the point here is just because we have 2 instances in one day that it doesn't happen, we don't change the rules of the system. We simply stick with the rules of the system, realizing that discipline is key. We're going to take losing trades, and we just carry on. So sure enough, our third trade, we lost 5 ticks, and the rules kept us from reversing. So let me pause and go on to the next screenshot. Okay, we're back, and then finally we had a nice NSE short trade that recovered everything, got us all back into the money. But I do want to note that the market was moving slow. It was after 10:30 in the morning, and some students decided to wait till after lunch and come back after lunch. If you grab this short NSE, you were done. So we had a loser, we had a winner, we had a loser. An easy 8-tick profit on this one got you back into the money. But again, some students decided with the slow volume yesterday, it was really slow, and that's expected. Again, holidays are coming up. We got Veterans Day tomorrow. It's going to be slow. So let me move on to the next screenshot just to show you what some other traders did, just so you can see the full gamut of yesterday. All right, here we go. We came out of no zone again, and now this time this was a beautiful winner, and a lot of students grabbed that, made 2 points on that. They finished the day. Now this was later in the afternoon, right? Some students stayed in the game until about 10:45, recovered, made their money, and left. The volume was low, as I just stated. Some students said, well, I'm going to walk away, go grab some lunch, come back after lunch. This was about 1:35 or so, somewhere in that area. Came out of no zone, took 1 trade, recovered, made the profit for the day. So a little bit of a longer day, but we did have a one and done on that very first EET. Not everybody grabbed it. Some did, some didn't. Hey, it's the way it is. And some of us had to recover. But that's what trading is all about. is taking a recovery trade. So you certainly don't want to get discouraged when you take losing trades, because it's going to happen. You're going to get days you're going to get one and done, days you're not going to get one and done, and it's all okay. That's trading. Okay. Now let's go ahead and fast forward to today, so you can see what we did today. Okay, this is today's trade. This is we had an EET right after the open trade, and we also had a pullback trade. Okay, and this is where I talk a lot about, well, which trade do I take? And I'll say, well, EET is more of an aggressive trade, but the pullback trade is less aggressive. So the EET, you get better risk reward. But I also mentioned, and I state on many videos, that the pullback trade and EET, although they're in opposite directions, this is a long trade and this is a short trade, they can both be winners, and they are about 70% of the time. So the EET guys grabbed their one and done right here. And if you were in the pullback trade, that was fine too. It came up, went against you a few ticks, then turned right back around. Okay, some guys were fortunate. They took this EET, turned right around and took the short EET, which in a sense would have put you in the same direction now as that short pullback, right? You take a quick long trade, quick short trade. And the golden thing about today was our long-term filter went short right here. Right around profit time, if you were seeing that short-term, that long-term filter getting ready to go short and you want to drag this out for more profit, there's your opportunity, and wham, it was good for a good 2 to 3 point run. And I do want to point out that this EET is not valid. This is a long EET that hit its stop loss. It was not valid because the long-term filter was still in its 3 short bars, so you would avoid that trade. So today was a very good day. So point is, we're going to have one and done days. Monday was a one and done. Wednesday was a one and done. Tuesday, it was a one and done for some. But for others, we had to recover. And the opportunity to recover and make your money within the first hour and 15 minutes was there. And again, some walked away, came back after lunch. But either way, still a great day. Still has been a great week. Now, tomorrow we're doing the webinar, and we're not going to have any screenshots for tomorrow because we're not trading tomorrow. So, but we hope you'll all show up for the webinar, and we'll see you then. Thanks for watching.